Good day, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Deciding to watch this video. Just going to show a quick video or talk about something that affects a lot of us in our lives, and some deal with it better than others. But um, it's, I think, is a kind of a disease that literally robs your life from you slowly. Takes away everything that you love. Takes away everything that you have passion for. It takes away your soul. It takes away your character. It just slowly sucks life out of you. And not necessarily in a physical sense, but more in a mental sense, I would say. And that is depression. There's many forms of depression, some worse than others. Some people take a lot of medication for it. Some people just use different types of cognitive therapies and other things to help control it, exercise, stuff like that. And some people just are out of control with it. They've gotten to the point where possibly either both medication and other forms are not suitable, or they just are not effective at all. How I've been dealing with it, I've had it for a long, long time. And I think this is the worst that I've been on it. When things start to go bad in your life and you have depression, and one thing, it's like a roller coaster, one thing after another, and after another, then after another. It can get to the point where it makes it a lot worse. Now, what I mean by that is that you lose, like, for example, my hobbies are pretty much non-existent. I had no will, no desire, no nothing to do them. The things that I love to do that would make me feel good and help me relax, and just I don't feel like doing any of those things. I don't feel like doing anything, really, to be honest with you. Absolutely nothing. I don't know how to stop the feelings. I take medication for multiple things, including that, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything for me. As whether I stop taking the medication, if I do, it doesn't change. Let me show you some people have, like, with depression, and what kind of conditions that they may live in. I'm sure a lot of people don't show these kind of things to people, but this for me is an awareness video for people out there that don't really understand what depression can do to a person and how it affects their lives. I'm going to show you where I sleep. This is my room, and my computer is behind me. I spend most of my time in this room. I don't have a job right now because I was laid off months ago. I'm having beyond hard time getting work, and that's been really, really hard and frustrating for me because the money has been really crappy, and you're afraid you're going to lose everything. So I mean, there's that constant worry all the time, right? Things in your life are going shit. So, anyways, I'll show you what I mean. This is where I sleep. I sleep on a mattress with a couple of blankets, sheets. I've got garbage on there. I've got garbage and cans and junk over the floor. My medications all over the place. It's nothing but clutter. I got clothes all over the floor. I just don't feel like dealing with any of this stuff. Yeah, and some days, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care. I live with it. Other days I can't stand the way it looks, but I don't know what to do about it. Right? You just don't. You're not there. I used to build models a lot, quite a few actually. I spent a lot of money and a lot of time investing in this stuff, and I don't touch it anymore. I don't use it. I have no will to go back to that. And I've got a lot of kits laying around that cost me a lot of money over the time, and I'm doing nothing with them. And it's sad because that's something I have a lot of passion for, and it's something that I was really good at. This is my computer area. As you can see, it's like everything else. It's a freaking dump in here. It's disgusting. But I don't know how to cope with it. I don't know how to deal with it. I don't. You might wake up one day and you might clean up and try to do as best as you can, and you think, okay, yeah, it looks so much better. Good enough. And then the next day you get up and you're right back to where you started. You don't care, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Now, I eat a lot of stuff after I start to fall asleep because of the main medication. It's kind of like for some people that smoke marijuana or whatever, they get really big cravings for eating munchies and snacks and stuff. Well, that's what my sleeping medication does for me. I don't know if having my antidepressants as well helps or not, but I don't know. But I end up eating a lot of food, a lot of stuff I do not remember eating when I get up in the morning, and there's garbage all around me. And it's like that most of the time. My car is disgusting too, and people that know me, I would never leave my car get like that. Never, ever. And I just don't have, there's no desire. It doesn't really bother me, but it does at the same time. But I could just care less about it because you don't care about caring about anything. You don't. Right? So that's just a small peep in my world of how what depression has done for me. Now, I'm sure you people out there that are watching this know somebody else suffers from depression. And you think, they're going through it well. Okay, they're dealing with it okay. You think, but you don't know what they're going through. And that's just what possibly some of the scenarios that they could be dealing with as well, like in mine. So I hope maybe that gave some insight to anybody who is watching this video on how serious depression can be and how it can destroy a life. And I feel like mine is being slowly destroyed. It's took away. I don't even remember who I used to be anymore. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know who I was. Listening to old music and trying to go back and find things that remind me of what I was helps. It does actually quite a bit, and music has been a big help for that. And right now, it's been my only savior. It's given me some courage. It's given me some remembrance, saying, "Oh, that's right. I used to do this, and I used to feel this way, and I used to love that, and it really does feel really, really good." But that might not work for everybody else. So, guys, like I said, I hope you get something out of this. Feel free to comment, share your feelings. If you're going through something similar, you're not alone. I just wish that there was a way that, doctors or anybody could figure out a cure for this kind of stuff, because medication isn't always the answer, and sometimes medication just doesn't work. People they get too far, too deep, I think, to be helped. So, anyways, again, I hope you enjoyed. Hope maybe you learned something from it. And best of luck to all of you out there that are suffering from it. And hope you all get better. Goodbye.